Hey guys, welcome in to the Southern Beer Review. This is episode 8. We're here in Birmingham at Trim Tab, a very popular local brewery. And it just by evidenced by the fact that when we walked in, we could hardly find a place to park. And it's Saturday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, and it's pretty packed. And Trim Tab, I guess, around Birmingham is best known for their small batch series they do of IPAs. Although I've seen it branched out, they're doing some stouts and different things like that. But those are very popular. But I think we're here to try one of their more staples.
Yeah, so again, like John said, if you travel outside of Birmingham and you mention Trim Tab, people are going to associate that with craft beer in Birmingham. It's, as far as name recognition, it's right up there with Good People. This is called the 006. It comes highly recommended. It is one of their flagship beers. It is a hazy double IPA, and they use 4 different types of hops when they brew this double IPA, including the Citra hops, which is, as far as IPAs go, is a pretty popular hops to use. So again, 006. If you're talking about flagship beers in Birmingham, Alabama, the Trim Tab 006 would be, as far as popularity, would be right up there with any other ones from any other brewery. Right?
Smells really nice.
So
I've never had it. Have you had it?
I've never had it. It's very fruity smelling, and you can.
Yeah, you can.
An orange juice quality.
How hazy it is.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll give it a shot. So, by the way, it comes in at 8.5 ABV, which is. Where would you say that is as far as double IPAs go?
You can get it's maybe a little on the low side.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you usually think not 10, maybe even up to 11.
Well, when I think of double IPAs, I think of Birmingham's also probably most famous IPA is the Snake Handler, and I think it goes at about 10.5, something like that.
Right.
But I really am surprised at 8.5. I'm not getting much of the alcohol. I'm getting a very very bitter grapefruit.
Right.
There's almost,
it's, to me, and again, one of our jobs on these podcasts is to just try to tell you what we think when we taste the beer.
Yeah.
I don't taste the alcohol, the ABV, more than I do the Citra, like a grapefruit kind of orange juice taste.
Yeah.
More than a double IPA that's 8, 9, 10%, and the hops just scream at you. That doesn't really do this with me. The alcohol. The Citra, yes. The alcohol, not as much.
Yeah, I have to caveat here. This is probably not my favorite style of beer. I'm more of a West Coast guy in terms of IPAs. More of a piney kind of taste than the more citrus kind of almost orange juice kind of taste, but this is really a good beer. For the style, I think it's exceptionally good.
It is. And by the way, I don't. In my opinion, I don't think the fruit is too overwhelming.
No.
The grapefruit and the orange juice come out in it pretty well, but I don't think it's overpowering. I wouldn't call it a fruity beer. It's not a sour. It's whatever. But again,
I wish it had and this may just be my problem with the style. There's no detectable malt to me at all. It seems like it's just completely hops.
Yeah.
And bitterness, but there's definitely a place for that. And I was telling William here that it's possible that COVID changed my palate a little bit, because I used to be way more into these types of beer before I had COVID back in the summer, and then I noticed that I was less interested in IPAs in general, particularly the hazy kinds. I can still enjoy, like I said, a more of a West Coast piney, or kind of like IPA, like a torpedo or something. But again, for the style, it's a good beer because I'm able to drink it.
So 2 things real quick in summary before we give you our rating. Again, for me, this is less about the alcohol level and more about the grapefruit. Just screams at me. I don't dislike grapefruit, but it's pretty strong in this beer.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, we're actually sitting in an alley here. That's why you see the people walking by. Trim Tab has gone above and beyond with trying to make space for people, and this is a popular place to come, and it is
Very
a Saturday.
This is the quietest place we can find.
And it's a perfect place. It's a perfect day. So we're in an alley here, and there's a lot of seating. But again, so I guess we're at about the 5-minute mark in the video. So John, you wanna give it your rating here real quick?
Yeah, this is our second beer of the year, and I'm going to give this a 6.5. And again, that's probably deduct 2 points probably for it not being my favorite style. So other people might enjoy it a lot more than me. But for me personally, I can only rate for myself. I'm going to give it a 6.5. It's a good beer.
Right. Now, I don't listen. When I rate beers, I'm trying to give you an honest rating based on what I'm tasting right now. I try not to, and again, like John, hazy IPAs are not my favorite, but I'm trying not to let that cloud my judgment, if that makes any sense. I like the fact that it's 8.5, but not too overpowering as far as alcohol, and I do like the hint of grapefruit. So I'm gonna go slightly above that at a 7 for me, which 6.75, which is, if you come to Trim Tab, would it be worth getting the 006? I'd say yes.
Especially if you like hazy IPAs.
Yeah, I mean, if you're you can see
and even if you don't, you need to try it.
I mean, you can't see through the glass at all.
No.
It's got a very orange juice consistency, but again, if you come to Trim Tab, the 006 is worth it. The small batch, they do an IPA series, and those are really good too. But if you were to ask me, would you recommend getting this? I would say yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
So in any case,
everybody should try it.
But again, Trim Tab, come see them. And by the way, when you're at Trim Tab, in a 1 mile radius from here, you can hit 3 or 4 more pretty quickly too.
Which we're probably going to hit something else before the day's over.
Yeah.
So we may see you again.
All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Try to remember to like and subscribe.
Thanks, y'all.